We're up to the sixth one of the fundamentals of Jewish faith, the Iker Hashishi, Ani Mamin Be'emunah Shalem, I believe with complete faith, She'kol Divrei Neviim Emes, that all the words of the prophets are true. I'm sorry, I'm allowed one corny joke per session, this is it. What happens when the last prophet no longer existed? We became a non-profit organization. Whether you like it or not, keep listening because that's not the main part. So we say, I believe with complete faith that the words of the prophets are true. Okay, the truth of the words of the prophets, the truth of their prophecy. And in a sense, this is something that has constantly come out through the generations, that it's been revealed and it's been very clear that every single detail of the prophecies have come true. Obviously, this would be one of the ikrim, one of the main fundamentals that we believe. But there's more to it. There's a much deeper aspect to it. The second Ani Mamin, after this, meaning number 7, is that Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecy was true. Now wait a minute. If we just said that all the words of the prophet are true, all the prophets are true, that obviously includes the greatest prophet ever, who was Moshe, who was Moses. So we don't need to say that in the next one. There's no reason to repeat that the words of Moshe Rabbeinu are true in his prophecies, because we already said that. Something else that needs a little bit of analyzation. We say, when we make a bracha after reading, when we make a blessing after reading the Haftorah, which is the words of the Nevi'im, of the prophets in the scriptures, which we read every Shabbos after learning the Torah and the weekly Torah portion, there's the Haftorah, which is the weekly portion that we read in the prophets. So the bracha, the blessing that we make, we say, Asher Bachar Hashem chose b'neviim toivim, in good prophets, V'ratza b'divrayim, and he wanted and he desired their words, Hanemarim be'emes, which are said in truth. Now, first of all, what does it mean, the good prophets? Obviously, he means the good and not the bad. But obviously, Hashem chose the ones that are good. And then we say that Ratza b'divrayim, he wanted their words, Hanemarim be'emes, that are said in truth. Were there certain prophets that he wanted that weren't said in truth? Are we referring to the false prophets? Obviously, he didn't want those prophecies. He never said them. They were false. So what are we coming to say? There seems to be a very big focus on the words Divrei HaNeviim, Emes, Ratza b'divrayim. He wanted their words, Hane'amar be'emes, that were said in truth. And to understand this, we have to understand that the word Emes, the word truth, is not just the opposite of false. Truth doesn't only mean not telling a lie. Truth is a mitzias. Truth is a reality. What does that mean? Let's try to understand this. Whenever I make up a story, I say that a Martian came down and spoke to me. It never happened, and it never will happen. Meaning, I said something happened today, but it never happened today, and tomorrow, even if it would happen tomorrow, but today it never happened. What that really means is that I just created something that doesn't exist, never did exist, and never will exist. Its only source in the world is me. I created it. It's a figment of my imagination. So it started and ended right here. That's sheker. That has nothing to stand on. That's what the Gemara says, sheker ein lo raglayim. It has no legs to stand on. It has no foundation. It has no source. Emes is the exact opposite. Emes was, it is, and it always will be. If I say, I am holding this pen now, that is a truth that it was since the second I said it, and it is now, and it always will be, meaning even if I put this down, but in 30 years from now, I will look back and say that I did indeed hold the pen now. So emes is something that exists from the past into the future through the present. That's what truth is. That is called emes, has raglayim. It has foundations to stand on. The letters Aleph, Mem, Saf, which spell Emes, are the beginning, the middle, and the end of the Jewish alphabet. Aleph is the first, Mem is the middle, Saf is the last. What that comes to teach us, what that comes to give us a little hint to, a remez, is that Emes is from the beginning to the middle to the end. Was, is, and always will be true. Why? Because it has a source. It's connected to a source. It's not a figment of my imagination that I created, but it's an actual reality that is connected to something prior, meaning to its original source. If you take away the source from truth, meaning if I change what actually happened into something that I make up, and I take away the source from the truth, what I'm really doing is taking away the Aleph, the beginning, from the Emes. When you take away Aleph from Emes, it becomes mace, becomes dead, doesn't exist anymore. It's over. Once you change the truth, once you change the story from what it was originally, then you killed the truth. Now, Emes is really more than that. Emes is reconnecting to your source. Every truth in the world, in reality, is connected. If I'm here today, and this table is here today, then that always will have been and always will be. And somehow this table is connected to that wall because they were both made of wood that existed. And you can go through the entire world and all the emes, tzadku yachtav, it works out together. Why? Because it all comes from the original source, the Aleph, Hashem. So anytime that a person connects to the original source, to Hashem, that is called emes. That is called truth. Meaning, truth doesn't mean not a lie or not false. Truth is the mitzias, is the reality of a person connecting to his source, meaning HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we say v'taher libenu, purify our hearts, la'avdecha be'emes, to serve you in truth, we're not just saying to serve you in truth and not tell lies. We're saying, may we serve you with that ultimate connection between us and you, Hashem, the source of everything. That's be'emes, that's truth. That is what we want. That is devekus. Devekus, this connection, this ability to cling to Hashem, is called emes. This is something that the Sefer Orchos Tzadikim speaks about in Shar HaEmes, that ultimate truth is reconnecting to your source. When you reconnect with your source, which is Hashem, that is called emes. Devekus, connection, is emes, is true, because you're connecting to the source. The essence of prophecy, the essence of nevuah, is connecting to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is devekus. Prophecy is only a possibility to someone who is completely united, davuk, clings, and connected to Hashem. Without that, if there's any separation, whether it's bodily, whether it's in his mind, whether it's in his passions or desires, the prophecy won't be. It can only happen when a person removes everything that takes him away from Hashem, even, in a sense, being awake, even, in a sense, desires. He has to silence every part of his human existence so he can connect more with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That connection is called emes. That connection to the source is called emes. So when we say in this Ani Maamin, Shekol Divrei Hanavim emes, we don't only mean to say that all the words are true as opposed to being false or made up or figments of their imagination. We're not coming to say that the prophets were not pathological liars. What we're coming to say is that their words, their nevuah, their prophecy came about through emes, through connecting to their source, through devekus, because the essence of nevuah, the essence of prophecy, is that connection, complete unification with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is the essence of emes. So when we say Sheratza b'divrei, Hashem wanted their words, Hanemarim be'emes, which were said in truth, it doesn't only mean that they said it in truth and they weren't lying. It means that they said it in truth, in a reality, in the metzius of truth, that they were completely connected with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we say Shebachar b'neviim toivim, toivim doesn't just mean they were good people. Toivim is an expression of this devekus, of this connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is called toiv, which is called the only thing in the world that's good, is connecting to Hashem. So when we speak about prophecy and we speak about emes, they are one, because emes is connecting to the source and prophecy is connecting to the source. So remember that the more that a person, meaning someone on that level of prophecy, reconnects or connects himself, devekus, with that emes, with that source, his words are part of that emes, part of that truth, part of the reality of emes.